Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just barely recorded this. I'm re-recording it because some of the audio got messed up, but that's fine. We'll go through it again. So, new patch today, first patch of 2025. Let's just go through it and we'll look at the heroes. So, Holliday, Viper, Calico, and the Magnificent Sinclair, which is these four heroes up here, have been released today. So here's a quick little blurb about some of their lore. Holliday, armed with an heirloom revolver and spirit lasso. Holliday's investigations have led her to New York, and when she finds the killer she's looking for, she's bringing him in dead, not alive. Interesting. Viper, did you know that when you slide, your gun has infinite ammo? Viper does. That's why you'll find her sliding around the battlefield, spraying lead and poison. Magnificent Sinclair, mystify your rivals with combat tricks so vexing that they won't believe their eyes. Summon a spectral assistant, polymorph foes into rabbits, and turn the enemy's own abilities against them. Impossible. Not for the Magnificent Sinclair. Calico, a feared assassin. Calico uses the shadows to her advantage, weaving in and out of combat to hunt down her enemies one by one. More importantly, you can possess her Sphinx Ava and run around as a cat. So also, this is the conclusion of the winter event, so that's over. Can no longer get the skins are gone. But players who participated will have a record of their achievement in their profile. So if that matters, then you got that. That's about it looks like. But we're going to jump in the game and check it all out. Okay, we're starting off with Calico. You've probably seen these heroes before in the Hero Labs, but we're going to go through all the abilities because some stuff has changed, and we're going to go through the guns, things like that. So first, her gun is kind of like a shotgun, auto shotgun, similar to Doomfist off of Overwatch. The alternate cast is a zoom in, so pretty simple, pretty basic. Okay, the first ability, Gloom Bombs. Throw a cluster of bombs that detonate after a delay, dealing spirit damage. Upgrading increases the damage, reduces the cooldown, and then increases the bomb count. So, it's pretty interesting. Okay, so each bomb that sticks to them does more and more damage. So each bomb does 80 damage. Enemies hit with multiple bombs take 50% damage. So if you hit 2 bombs on one guy, it's going to do just the damage of 1. But if you throw them all on one guy, it looks like it does a pretty good chunk of damage. Pretty cool. Leaping Slash. Dash forward, slashing all enemies in a circle, dealing light melee damage. If the ability hits at least one target, heal a small amount of health. The amount healed looks like it's 80 with the upgrade, so it's probably 50 and then 80 after you upgrade it. And then increases the damage on upgrade, and then minus cooldown on hit. So half the cooldown's already over. That's pretty cool. And it kind of leaps forward. It's a good dash, good escape, good dive in. Ava. Turn to the shadows and possess Ava. You gain movement speed and become hidden on the minimap, but cannot attack or cast abilities. So it's good for rotating, I'm guessing, and probably escaping because the bonus movement speed is 100%. So that's crazy. So upgrading, buff duration, plus 25% more movement speed, minus 15% cooldown, and then gain health regen, 30 health regen. Pretty decent. And it lasts 40 seconds, so you could pretty much run anywhere. And you can like wall jump and like do things like that still. Can you ride a zip line? Doesn't look like you can ride a zip line, but you know, pretty cool. Good sneaky ability, good for escaping, I assume. Return to shadows. Instantly turn to shadows, becoming untargetable, gaining movement speed and dealing damage. After 3 seconds, return from the shadows, dealing damage again. That has damage amp as a debuff. 30% damage amp as a debuff. That's pretty crazy. That comes from the upgrade, I guess. Upgrading reduces cooldown, increases damage, and then it gives it that debuff. So basically, you're instantly become invulnerable. It's kind of like Ethereal Shift, but it does damage right when you do it, and then when you leave, it does damage again. Pretty cool. So this character in the Hero Labs had like a cat turret you could throw up on the wall and it would laser people, but it looks like they got rid of that. I'm kind of glad because that was annoying. So looks much better. Pretty cool, interesting hero. Playstyle, I don't know how she'll be played. We'll have to see. Okay, so Holliday, you got kind of a revolver, you know, similar to McCree's gun on Overwatch. The alternate cast just aims in. I noticed she only has two stamina. That's interesting. So, a little bit less stamina. First ability, Powder Keg. Throw an explosive barrel that arms after a delay. Once armed, the barrel can be shot, melee launched, or detonated by another barrel to explode, dealing spirit damage. Upgrading reduces cooldown, increases spirit explosive damage, and then gives it plus 3 charges. So if you just roll it, it'll roll for a very long time before it explodes. Yeah, see, that took a while. But you could just shoot it to detonate early. You could melee it to bounce it. You can also roll it over one of these bounce pads. You can also roll it into one of these fans. I got something for you. And like, you know, if you want to launch it in that way. It's gonna blow. You can explode one barrel and it will chain react all the other barrels, kind of like Gangplank off of League of Legends. So pretty cool. Really fun ability. I'm guessing I'm going to be playing this guy a lot. Bounce pad. Drop a bounce pad in the world that launches any hero, so friendly or enemy. You explode on landing, dealing damage. The explosion can only occur once per bounce pad. So I'll just hurry and show that. So when you bounce up and you land, it explodes. And if I go onto the same bounce pad again, I'm not going to explode this time. That. So upgrading. You and allies gain movement speed after landing. Upgrading again increases the stomp damage and it improves the scaling with spirit. And then the third upgrade makes it stun when you land. So you can jump into a crowd of people and stun them. Pretty cool. Crack shot. I did notice a bug with this ability. Headshots deal bonus damage and apply a fading slow. This occurs only when off cooldown. Crack shot ignores range fall off. So like if you're super far, whatever, right? Upgrading increases the slow, increases the damage, and then reduces the cooldown per headshot. However, right now it's bugged. So look at this. If you shoot someone when there's like 1 second left, so if it's less than 4 seconds, it's effectively off cooldown. I don't know if that's a bug or if that is intentional, but as you can see, if you notice, so right now 3 second, 2 second shoot, and it still goes. So I don't know if that's intentional or not, but basically it's really, if it's under 4 seconds, it's available if you have that third upgrade. Spirit lasso. Throw out your lasso, dealing spirit damage, and grab the first enemy hit. Grabbed enemies are stunned and dragged along beside you. It lasts for 3 seconds. Upgrading increases the damage, increases the duration, and reduces the cooldown. And I'm going to show you something I noticed on this also. So there's 2 guys in the same spot. It only grabs 1, as you can see. But I wanted to show you this. See how he's clearly out of the circle, like he's in the shadow, and it still grabs him. So it goes slightly further than it looks like it should. So, you know, worth noting. The Magnificent Sinclair, his gun kind of shoots like a little burst of cards. I don't really like it. Personally, the bullets are slow. It's whatever. The alternate cast aims in. So let's go through the abilities. Vexing Bolt. Fire a bolt of magic that deals spirit damage and applies a fire rate slow. If you have an assistant, they also cast Vexing Bolt. Pressing Q will redirect the bolt to your crosshair. Upgrading reduces cooldown and gives it a spirit resistance debuff. Increases the damage by 110, and then your assistant no longer has reductions on his cast. So basically, it shoots out this bolt, and then you can press again to redirect. Pretty cool, actually. So you can be pretty sneaky with it. You can shoot it and miss, and then just redirect it. So, pretty cool. Really good for poking. I bet it's going to be really annoying in lane. Spectral Assistant. Summon an assistant at the target location. The assistant attacks whenever you fire, dealing spirit damage. While the assistant is out, you can press E to swap locations. It does spirit damage when it shoots, so that's worth noting. Upgrading reduces the cooldown, increases the duration and the cast range, increases the fire rate and the assistant damage. So you can pull out your spirit and it shoots with you. See that? Kind of just shoots towards wherever you're shooting. So pretty cool, actually. And you can just swap places with it like that. Good movement. You can kind of poke in with it, jump out, whatever. And it also will shoot one of these fireballs. Pretty good, actually. Rabbit Hex. Hex a target, transforming them into a rabbit for a limited duration. Rabbits are small and move fast, but take increased damage and are unable to perform most actions. I assume it's like melee and whatever. They could probably jump or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. Upgrading reduces the cooldown, increases the duration, and then it says hex all enemies within 6 meters, so it becomes AoE. And you can see this. That little circle. It's 6 meters, not of you, but of the guy that you cast it on. See that?
Don't worry, you'll turn back.
Audience participation. Copy the ult of an enemy hero for a limited time. Reactivating the ability will use the copied ultimate instead. Copies will inherit this ability's upgrade points. So if you have 1, 2, or 3 upgraded on your ult, that's what the version of their ult that you steal. Copies will not gain benefits from imbue. Participation will also copy the cooldown. Okay, so here's an example of that. So now that I stole the ult, I have the Infernus ult, and you can see a little phantom of the guy's ult that I'm using. And just as an example, I stole this one, so now I'm turning into this guy. See that? And I have the level 3 version of it because that's what my ult is. Even though it doesn't say that down here when I hover over, I do have that. You can tell because I'm moving. So pretty cool. Okay, Viper. So she has a little machine gun. The alt cast just aims in, just like the other ones. Let's go through the abilities. Screw, jab, dagger. Throw a dagger, dealing spirit damage and applying a fading slow. Upgrading reduces the cooldown, increases the damage, increases the slow duration, and then removes the stamina. So, and it looks like this. And it throws a dagger. And I will point out the hitbox is pretty big. Like, as you can see, I'm not even aiming at the guy and it's still hitting him. It's a pretty big hitbox. It reminds me of shiv daggers as far as how it feels, but it moves a little slower. Lethal Venom. Inject a target with lethal venom. After a delay, the venom triggers, dealing spirit damage. The damage is increased by the target's missing health. Reapplying venom refreshes the duration. Venom breaks Petrify before detonating. Petrifies from the ult. Upgrading increases the max damage. Upgrading increases the max damage, adds a healing reduction debuff, and then bullets also build up lethal venom. So if you shoot them, they have that lethal venom. And if I reapply it, well, they already have that. I can't actually, so can't reapply it. So I'm not sure what it means by it just resets it, but yeah. The more health they're missing, the more damage it does. So when he's full health, it did 20 damage. But if I shoot him down to there and it detonates, it did 195 damage. So, you know, more damage the lower they are. It's pretty simple. Slither. You have increased slide distance, can slide up hills, and can turn faster while sliding. Upgrading increases the slide distance even more, gives you stamina, and then gives you bullet resistance while sliding. And you can see that, you kind of turn into like the snake, and you go, when you hit the hill uphill, it still increases the speed. It's just like going down a hill, even though you're going up. Cool. I already know there's going to be some crazy gun builds with this and with Frenzy, you know. Have all that bullet resistance when you're low, plus all the damage when you're shooting. And then maybe like an intensifying mag and escalating resilience or something, because you can just shoot forever. So you can basically shoot forever like this, and you can turn, and you have really good bullet resist. I already know there's going to be some fun builds with this guy. You know, it is what it is. Kind of OP, but it's whatever. Petrifying Ebola. Petrifying Bola. Throw an explosive bullet. On exploding, the target is slowed and takes spirit damage. Direct hits deals additional spirit damage and petrify instead. Upgrading increases the petrify damage, reduces the cooldown, and then +1 petrify duration, and petrifies all enemies in the area instead. So what I'll show that. So even though I missed, it still petrified him because of the upgrade. Normally it'll only do to the first guy hit. So I threw it to the one in front, and the other one got slowed but not petrified, as you can see, right? And if I miss, it's not petrifying any of them, but it's slowing them unless it's upgraded. Then it petrifies them. So pretty cool actually. When they're petrified, you shoot them, they don't take bullet damage. Anyway, those are the heroes. Quite a bit of changes from the hero labs. They're actually much different. They seem way better in my mind. The cat lady, I'm so glad she doesn't have her turrets. That was so stupid. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing some of these guys a lot. I'll probably put another video out this weekend about one of the heroes. Well, I don't know which one, but we'll see. Just whatever I end up playing a lot and kind of having fun with. Maybe come up with a build on one of them. I think it's awesome that they're going to focus on roster expansion. I hope that means they add a ban phase. That would be nice. Maybe a draft, kind of a draft mode. I would like that a lot. But we'll see what happens. This is the first patch of the year. Pretty good patch, actually. 4 heroes, can't complain. Anyway, we'll see ya.